Welcome in everybody, Queen Reaper here with another Skyrim build video. Today's video is going to be a modded build. I will have versions for both the PC, which I play on, and for console, as the mods that I will mention will not be available on console, but I will have alternatives for you as I go through the video. This character is an evil character. She specializes in dealing shadow magic, being stealthy, and just more powerful overall in the dark. She will have debuffs, choking, mind control, shadow bolts, and overall shadow damage that will consume her enemies and eventually dwindle their health down to nothing. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Dark Shadow Mage. So a quick little backstory on our little mage. She is a young Breton from the Viridian Woods of High Rock who has been interested in magic her entire life. Her parentage are nothing more than simple farmers, but she learned most of her magic from her uncle, who is an avid magician, and it was even the court mage who served alongside the Jarl in his younger days. When she became of age, she decided to say goodbye to her family and make her way toward the Imperial University in Cyrodiil to get her learning. Unfortunately, was stopped crossing the border by Imperial soldiers who mistook her for a Stormcloak spy and shipped her off to Helgen, which is where our story begins. Since she was already in Skyrim, she decided to make her way to the College of Winterhold to get her learning, where she quickly became the Archmage after learning very much magic very quickly. Because of the amount of magic that she learned, it started to overflow on her body, overpower her, causing her eyes to glow and becoming more and more filled with hatred, especially toward the Imperial soldiers, which she kills on sight along her travels. So realizing that her specialty was shadow magic and that she did better in the dark, she decided to become a stealthy mage and was on a mission to become the most powerful being in Skyrim. Her joy from killing people, especially in the dark, and there are a few people who she has actually befriended, one of which is her now husband Mercurio, who fought alongside her as she first entered Skyrim, and of course the mages of the college, who were very open to teaching her everything that she wanted. Now to the mods. The mods that I'm using is the Shadow Spell Pack, which you can get off of Nexus. It is a complete pack that works with the vanilla spells, even adds scrolls, staves, and spell tomes, which you can find as you level up and progress through the game. It even lists all the spells that are available with a video showcasing what the powers do. It also comes with active effects and enchantments, and lists all the items that you are available. Don't worry if you are on console, there is a spell pack that's very similar called the Dark Spell Pack that you can check out. It won't be the exact same spells, but they will be dark spells and will work with this build just fine. Now for the spells, there will be a variety of spells that you can use, including debuffs, destruction, conjuration, and whatnot. This spell you're seeing right now is Drain Soul, which literally does what it says. It drains your target's soul and has a chance to fill a soul gem. You will also have spells such as Mind Blast, which blasts your target with a spell that makes them drop like a ragdoll and unable to use their body. You have Crushing Darkness, which penetrates your target with shadow magic, crushing them from the inside, dealing instant damage. One of my favorites is Choke, which draws your target to you and crushes the life out of them. You also have Shadow Bolt, which is very similar to Firebolt, except it's a ball of shadow damage instead of fire. You have Creeping Terror, which is a debuff effect that you blast your target with, and you will take several hits to your target, each time depleting their health. You can also conjure Shadow Atronachs to fight alongside you. You will also have some active abilities that you can use on your shout key, like this one, which is Shadow Form. It is a super buff. It turns you into a shadowy figure, surrounds you with shadow magic that makes you undetectable and harder to see at night. Another spell that's available in both a scroll and a spell tome at a higher level is Mind Control, and you use this on your target. It works on targets up to level 24. For 14 seconds you control their mind, and which is great for if you have a crowd of bandits or enemies you want to take out. Use this on one of them, take over their mind, and use that person to start attacking other members of that bandit guild, and then they will start attacking one another. Great way to take someone out without you being seen. Once the spell has been depleted, just use your Shadow Bolt or whatever magic you desire and just go ahead and take out the rest of the weaklings. Another spell is the Umbra, which is available in a scroll, and it is a master conjuration spell that you can find at a higher level. It basically summons a shadowy figured vulture that is indestructible and will attack anything nearby for you. Finally, the master level destruction spell in her arsenal is Shadowrend, which is the atomic bomb of her spells. She shoots an array of shadow magic out that kills anyone in the area immediately. Anybody who does not die is consumed by shadow and his health is depleted. As far as the gear, I am rocking all ebony attire. I am wearing the Ebony Mage robes along with the ebony rings from the Immersive Armors mod. This is not available on console, however, the good alternative would be the Ebony Mail armor mixed with some Nightingale armor. You would get the perks from the Nightingale armor as well as the poison effect from the Ebony Mail armor, along with the stealthiness that comes with that armor. The only weapons that I am using with this build is the Ebony Blade for when the time comes, and the Nightingale bow because there's always situations where you need the bow, but of course everything is all ebony. Next, I will be telling you the skill trees that you will be using, the most important ones and the ones that you will need as passives, and that will be Destruction, Conjuration, Illusion, Alchemy, Speech, Smithing, and of course Enchanting, and Alteration. Going to Smithing, you will only need to upgrade this up to the perk that you want for the armor that you are wanting to wear. Since I'm wearing the Ebony Mage robes, that is an advanced armor, so I only upgraded my smithing to that perk. For enchantment, you want to get that as high as you can, especially if you get it to level 100, where you can put 2 enchantments on 1 piece of armor. The more points you put into this skill, the stronger your enchantments will be when you go to craft your gear. As far as the alteration tree, I only got dual casting and the apprentice spell perks because that is the highest spell that our alteration has. Destruction tree, the most important branches on this tree is going to be the 2 right branches. Make sure you get this all the way up to 100 because most of the spells that we use in the spell pack are destruction. You do not need any other branches. I only have the middle one because when I first started this build, I was using Chain Lightning and other spells to help level up, so use that if you need to, but the 2 important ones are going to be the 2 right branches. As far as your conjuration, make sure you have dual casting, of course. We also have the summoner because we do have an Atronach that we summon, and I am slacking with this tree, but you want to make sure that you get this one all the way up to level 100, which is your master conjuration, because our Umbra is a master spell. As far as our illusion tree, you're going to make sure you have dual casting on, of course, and hypnotic gaze because that would be for our calm spell, which works on higher level NPCs, which always comes in handy, and then the apprentice perk because that is the highest level illusion spell that we have. Alchemy, you want to make sure you get that all the way up to 100 and get the tree all the way up to the top branch. You will see later. Speech, since we are an evil playthrough, we want to make sure that our intimidating and our persuasion is all the way up. Now to quickly show you what spells that we have, our illusion spell for the Shadow Pack, we have the Mind Blast, of course, which is an adept. For our destruction spells, we have Choke, Consuming Shadows, and Creeping Terror, which are all expert level spells. Crushing Darkness, which is an adept, Drain Soul, Hex Rune, Sheer, Shadowrend, which is our master spell, and of course Shadow Bolt. For our conjuration spell, we have our Conjure Shadow Atronach. And for active effects, we have Dark Arts Magic, which you can find spell tomes for throughout Skyrim, such as Essence Drain. Drain Soul has a chance to replenish your magic by absorbing it from its target. Shadow Mastery, which deals 25% more damage. Your Shadow Curse lasts twice as long of Torment. We also have Shadow Enchantments, which is an ability to infuse your weapons with shadow magic. For my gear showcase, this is why I was telling you need to get your alchemy up to 100 because you can do the restoration loop and make enchantment spells and smithing spells that are very strong and can get insane stats on your gear, which is actually necessary when you're playing a mage build because since you're not using weapons, your gear is going to be your main defense. Alrighty folks, that's going to be it for this guide. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, make sure you drop a thumbs up and subscribe for more future gaming videos, as well as Skyrim builds. While you're at it, if you'd like to see more Skyrim content, check out my live streams on Twitch under Queen Reaper Gaming. I stream Skyrim every Sunday. And while you're at it, drop in the comments and let me know what you think of this build. Is it something that you would like to play? And also leave some ideas for other future videos as well as Skyrim builds. And again, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next adventure. Safe travels, fellow Dovahkiin.